Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Youppi here, and we are back for another blocky VOD review. I don't know if I'm going to be posting this one publicly on the channel or not. I think I'm going to, because this isn't a Grizzly specific video. And, maybe this can help out the community in some other ways. But this is going to be a quick VOD review for Tampa Bay Turtles and apparently Chilliwack Chiefs player Shark. Didn't know that until I found out this was his VOD. I'm just going to be going over some 2v2 fundamentals with him. Some stuff where I think he might have gone wrong. I have not watched this VOD yet. This is going to be a completely raw review. I'm going to chop it up, throw some timestamps in the description. And yeah, I'm just going to get right into this, and hopefully you guys can learn something from this. All right, we are starting about 2 seconds into our first shift of the game, and we're going to get a little bit of an overcommit here. He won the face-off back. He ran up to here. Took a little bit of weird routing. He went like this. Should really try to come from the outside so you can take this shot at a good angle. But that's not really the problem here. Shark is going to lose track of the puck. He's going to see it, and he's going to run right through it and give Trumu the step to get by him. Obviously, his teammate ended up being right there behind him. But this is just bad fundamental play on like a individual level, right? When you're in a 1v1 situation like this against anybody on the ice, even if you're the furthest guy up, you want to take care of your responsibility. You want to make sure that you're in a position where if Trumu beats you up the ice and It's Gray decides to stay up, your teammate who's back here isn't going to be left in a 2-on-1. You need to make sure that you're responsible for this puck. And the way you jump, crouch at it, end up getting beat, running at it, jumping through the puck, and allowing Trumu to get up, you've put Dragon Balls in a situation where he has to pinch on this puck. And, he makes a mistake here. You guys are absolutely screwed. You want to be able to rely on your defender, but you also want to make their life as easy as possible. So in the future, you should really slow down in like any encounter like this. You should just be walking at the puck, trying to hit it first with a little P2 and then pursuing it once you get that first touch, rather than what you end up doing, which is jumping through this puck. This is just a bad ISO fundamental. It's really easy to fix in like just grinding ones and practicing in scrims. You got to really focus on it, though, if you want to fix it. All right, we have our first major defensive blunder of the VOD. Puck's going to get hit back. You're playing defense for your teammate. You get the puck in this position, and we're going for a pullback. Right into It's Gray, 12.99. Realistically, a good player should finish this every single time. This is a position where there is no reason to go for this P2 pullback into the middle, right? You could have just hit this off the boards. You could have scooped it into this direction and then gone up the ice this way. Hell, you could have gone all the way around the net. I wouldn't have minded. But this pullback, putting the puck on the opposite side of you without your momentum to keep up with it, especially not being aware of this guy just crashing down on you, super, super bad defensive habit if you do this at all regularly. I'm sure this is a mistake, but to fix this, I mean, a lot of the stuff in this video and like a lot of fundamental stuff, it's like really easy to look at and be like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that. But this is stuff you have to like really focus on when you're playing if you ever want to fix it. So you just have to make sure like in the defensive half, like if you're going to go for a pull like this, you're always looking. And if you don't feel safe or you can't look, you got to go board side. If you go to the boards, even if he crashes down on you, he's ending up in the corner where it's pretty much completely safe for you, even if he was to just take it away from you. But since you hit it this way with your P2 pull, it's just gonna go right to him. And like I said, good player should score here every single time. But yeah, something that just to think about when you're playing. All right, immediately after that last point, you get the puck in the corner after he misses. You actually get a step on him, and then you stop up to go for this pass. It looks like. I assume it would have been a P3 considering how long you stopped. And he ends up getting this pull on you. When you get a step on somebody like this, when you're going up the ice, this is like a big 2v2 thing. You want to make sure that you're getting to the other side of the red line. I'm going to throw it up on screen, just like the board and show you what I mean. But you want to be on the other side of the red line because right now you're not a shooting threat. So the other defender is going to be definitely watching your teammate right now. Obviously this guy's back checking you, but you did have a little bit of a step until you slowed down. You want to make sure that you're putting your teammate in the best position to score, especially if they're going to be covered here. And you can do that by getting into a shooting position first. That forces the defender to have to switch over to you. And then you're going to be able to capitalize and either make the pass, or if they stay on the other guy, you're going to be able to take your own shot. Going for the passes early, especially in duos, is super suboptimal, and it's going to get guarded a lot more times than the alternative of waiting before your pass. I'm only going to point this out because it seems like it's turning into a pattern where you run at pucks and then you do this pullback right back into the middle, right in front of people. And you're like going to make yourself vulnerable with these kind of every time, especially like looking at how you're angled. You go for this pull. If It's Gray was just slightly closer, walked up and did a little P2, you don't have your teammate behind you to bail you out right now. You guys probably back check this, but you have to reset all the way down the ice. It's not the end of the world how it plays out. Like, you do get it in, you get possession. Both of them kind of overextend, but just try to be a lot more careful with these pullbacks. They're super dangerous, and you're not really getting much out of this compared to the alternative of just hitting it or scooping it back or hitting it this way, or literally anything that isn't putting it behind your own back and having to turn around and then, oops, It's Gray, it's too close. He's gone now. Like I said, just a pattern that I'm noticing so far. Okay, I'm only going to point out this part, even though I think you're trolling. But there's like no reason for you to be this close if you are just hitting this puck for like a line change or whatever reason. Just stand back here and do the same thing, so that if they do hit it, you're going to beat them on the way back, and then you can reattack when you repossess. If he P2s this puck past you right now, it's just going to go behind you, and you're not going to be able to turn around because he's so close to you. You want to be far away from him when he does go for this push past you, rather than being right on top of the puck and him and your opponent. But I don't think you're playing very serious at this moment, so I'm not too sure. And then you overcommit, but you know, is what it is. Okay, I'm only pausing this right now because I've noticed from this VOD, your team is the worst at line changing I've ever seen through this first period. You are getting on the ice for your second shift with 18 seconds left. I don't know if your first line is considered really good in JBHL, but that is an absurd ice time split so far. They got off at like 9 stam. Your coaches or whatever, they got to keep these shifts a little bit shorter because they're so low by the time they get off. You guys wasted so much stamina on the bench. This is kind of horrible. Oh, penalty. Big penalty kill coming in. Small adjustment I'd make when you go around the net here. When It's Gray doesn't chase you around the net, I definitely would have just turned around and like waited to force one of them to pinch you first. When you're on a penalty kill, you really want to get them chasing you. You don't want to like run into them when they're setting up and just kind of sitting back like they are. You're running into 1, 2, and you're putting the puck right between them. If you had turned around, there's a pretty good chance that like one of them would have ended up chasing you. Then you could have come out, and then there would have been one of them, and then maybe you can go this way. You can get it all the way down the ice. This is kind of how you can create your own chances on a penalty kill and actually take advantage of a team playing pretty careless. But you made their job super, super easy. Obviously not a ton of time left, but it just kind of... Oh, wait, goal? Oh, never mind. That's too bad. Brick. Another really small overextension. You go for this hit, and you like immediately walk forward, and then you go for the next hit and you jump through it. Again, you just want to make sure that you're getting these hits through the player that you're defending before you go for your jump past them. It's just like a really small habit, but if you like get super consistent, it makes you a much more annoying player to play against, which means you're doing something right if the other team feels frustrated playing against you. It means that you're too disciplined for them to just run past you. Okay, this is getting absurd how little playtime this dude is getting. Dude, this guy is back out. They took a timeout in the second period to kill this penalty. I'm going to lose it. Why am I even reviewing this VOD? This is another defensive fundamental blunder where you're on the way back and you go for this pullback and you stop before you get the pullback. I'll throw a clip on screen of what I mean, but you want to, when you're going for a pullback in a situation like this, especially when you're pressured, you want to run through the pull and then turn around once you hear the sound. If you go for this pull and like greet it as hard as you did, especially in 2v2, this is where you're going to like, if you lose it, they end up in a situation like this. Your teammate has to back check. That leaves the cross open. If this guy was a good player, he could potentially cross it. Obviously, the OG toot is probably not hitting this like P2 cross pass. You never know. I don't think so because it's JBHL, but you put your team in a bad position when you greeted that pull. Oh, there's nobody on the cross anyway. I forgot it's JBHL. They don't know how to play together. But yeah, I mean, just kind of very aggressive and greedy for no real reason. All right, this is a little VOD review for the referee. Hits on faceoffs aren't pens. This is not a penalty. As your resident rulebook writer, that's a FOV. That's not a penalty. That's a faceoff violation. Sure, does he call it back? No. All right, that's awesome. Very, very cool. Well done, referee. This is another moment where you kind of overextend a little bit and you get beat. Pass goes up. When the pass is contested like this, especially as the forward, you don't want to be like too aggressive and run through this. You want to try to stop yourself like around here. Go for your hit and P2/P1, whatever. And then if the puck goes, then you can like continue. But you don't want to run through it like this. That gives this guy a chance to get a step and counter you. If his teammate runs across, he goes this way. It's JBHL, but we assume that they are not completely incompetent because that's how you end up conceding. But fortunately for you, they don't know how to play together. OG Toot just takes the puck from them. Fantastic levels of team play right there on display. But yeah, that was a big overcommit in open ice. No need for that. This is another forecheck overcommit. You do this a lot. You backed up. This was good for a little bit, and then you like kind of stopped, and he got by you. I'll throw a clip on screen, but you need to like do little hops backwards to keep yourself ahead of the puck in situations like this, rather than just running straight backwards. Because he's gonna beat you. He's gonna be faster than you when he's sprint jumping, and you're just backpedaling, and that's how he was able to push past you. Luckily, your teammate was there to cover for you, but just kind of bad individual play where you can definitely be a better forechecker and more individually sound. What the hell did I just watch? Oh my goodness. This is the guy that's playing over you? This guy's... Hey, I'll be nice. I might upload this publicly. I gotta be kind. That was a bad jump, though. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it happened on the same play, the same FOV. It happened again, where he hits him on the flow, and they called it a pen again. Honestly, I would have been more pissed if they didn't call it a pen this time, and they were inconsistent, but it is also just a FOV. That is not a penalty, still. But at least it's consistent, I guess. What in the... Bro, what am I watching? What? Alright, bro, JBHL is funny. What the hell is that? I guess it works, sure. Alright, so power plays. Definitely not optimal to turn the puck over immediately. Obviously, the OG2, not the brightest, immediately turns around, but that's not the point here. There are a lot of options you had in this situation that weren't just immediately P2 it to the other team and give them possession. He could have easily killed this whole thing because of this play. And it would have been a wasted power play. But you should really think like, all right, if this guy's here, your options like you could P3 it across the ice to your teammate, or if you really want to like greet it and be like the main puck carrier, you take the puck yourself, you go up the ice like this way, he switches with you, and then you can P3 it at some point if you want, or you can carry it all the way. But you want to possess the puck for longer. And if this guy's going to play so far back, you want to push him all the way back into his own zone so you can get into shooting range before you make plays like this. Because right now he's not pinching and you're just giving the puck away. As you might already understand, that's suboptimal. He's just kind of terrible and doesn't take advantage of your blunder, which, good for you. All right, we've got another turnover where we're jumping and turning over the puck and just sending it away. Your teammate's not up there anymore, and you're just turning it over immediately. I can understand if you were doing this because you were going to like play a strong forecheck and try to trap them, but you immediately get burned. You turn it over, and then you like overcommit to your forecheck, and they just run right by you. Obviously, you have a teammate, but this is just kind of dumb. I'm not going to lie. There was really no need to do that, and now your team is like contested for the puck again when you guys had clean possession with tons of room to make a play with it. So Definitely need to be smarter with the puck in open ice.